Okay, hello guys. Here I am. Very late. It's past midnight, so excuse me for that, but I've had quite a different day than usual. Yeah, that even happens in quarantine time. So there you go. Um, Somebody's watching. Cool. Anyway, say hello. Lots of love to all of you who are watching now or catching the replay. Most people catch the replay anyway, isn't it? Because I never really have a fixed time, but there you go. Anyway, yeah, I was out for before walk, and then afterwards, my daughter was so hungry she couldn't wait to eat, and yeah, and after we've eaten, I felt really tired and had some headaches, so and I thought maybe I'm going to do it tomorrow, but no, I'm fine. So here I am. In other words, remember to hydrate well. And I'm so happy the life is actually working now, not like last week when, if you remember, I couldn't get on for a long time. And then I finally did, and I couldn't see myself. So here we go. Anyway, I'm going to do the usual 3-card reading today, but I've also been guided by my guides just now to draw a little something from the spirit animal deck for you guys. So I'll do that in the end. And what I also wanted to share with you, I've had the loveliest message from my stepdaughter, whom I love very much, and she's been reading one of my books, and well, she's in the middle of it now, but she, not finished yet, but she said she loved it, so not quite sure which one it was, but she's an adult. So in her mid-20s, so it's all good. Wasn't the kiddie book she was referring to. Anyway, so yeah, that on the side. And if you want to read my book, let me just give you the link quickly in the comments on the YouTube live, in the comments, of course, So I'm sharing it out everywhere else, of course, always, but I'm live on YouTube, so that's where it's going to go, in the comments. Yay. There you go. That's my author page. All the books are on there, 26. And I'm kind of wrapping up. I'm in the process of wrapping up and writing the last parts of the new book as well. I've just finished another one, which is like a shorter one that goes into an anthology about romance for the summer, which I'm doing together as a collaboration with other authors. Lots of actually brilliant ones. I've read one of my fellow authors' stories already, and it was so exciting. Didn't know Australian guys could be so sexy. So that was really cool. Absolutely loved that one, and I hope whoever reads mine is going to love it too. But anyway, that anthology, there's like so many great names in there, and I know their works, most of them, so I can vouch for the talent. So okay, but we're gonna be discussing guidance for the week ahead now. So let's do this. Okay. This one first. It's funny how things kind of reappear again and kind of pick up the slack, and yeah. That's very cool. Oh, that one we haven't had in a while, but how wonderful. Really love that. So let's start with my glasses. Let me put that down a little bit because it's always the overhead lights. They're always kind of, I just go back a bit so you can see me properly, and I don't have my head cut off, but they reflect in the overhead lights reflect in the window. So that might be a bit. But I reflect in my glasses as well, but there you go. As long as I can see, isn't it? That's the main thing. Otherwise, I wouldn't know what to tell you. Although I've had a lot of downloads today, actually. That was another thing. It's like when I get a headache, I lie down and then either nothing happens anymore at all or a lot of stuff is coming. And today there was coming. It was a lot of personal stuff as well, but also some, with a general interest. So, yeah. So the first one is Guardian Angel, You Are Not Alone. And that is an absolutely beautiful one that we have to remember. We had that quite in the beginning of the lockdown to let us know, even if you feel lonely, you miss being around other people, and, that social distancing is just horrible. As of tomorrow in Germany, everybody has to wear masks when they go shopping. So yeah, got one. Otherwise, we'd be starving, wouldn't we? So anyway, but that tells you you are not alone. And even if it feels like this at the moment, it's not true. Okay, you have people who love you, think about you, but also you have the angelic realm, which is, yeah. Although this is actually, from the goddess Ma'at, the ostrich feather that I put on there because, for cosmic order and all that and harmony. So, but the feather is something light, is something that caresses your soul, is something that lifts the weight of you. When you feel light, it's like you've been shedding weight that's been weighing you down, the things that worry you, your fear. And it also means lighten up. Remind yourself you're not alone. You can reach out, even if it's on social media. If you write somebody a message and say, do you have time for coffee? Let's just chat on camera. And you can do that nowadays. Isn't that such a blessing that we can stay in touch without seeing each other like that, and make it quite personal as well, next to being actually together in the physical sense? That we can, what we've been doing anyway. I've got so many friends with all of you, like across the world, and I can't just go like, oh, I'm going to just hop on the plane and come over for coffee, so it's more like do you want to have a coffee and a chat? And then we do the camera thing, so that is wonderful. And you can do that as well, even if you don't have like so many contacts far away, but you can do that with your family and friends that are in different households. You're not allowed to visit each other. Do it that way, okay? It's wonderful. So somebody told me today I've got a lovely smile, which is not to put myself up now, but it's something that the person said it was nice to see, because she missed seeing somebody smiling at her. So that happened. We were out on a walk in the woods, and just kept the distance. But as you say, when you pass each other, you say good day, and and I smiled, of course, and it was wonderful weather, and the sun was shining, and I was smiling and really loving the environment, nature, and all that so much. And the lady said, oh, you have such a lovely smile. I didn't know, but I really needed that right now. So, remember, if you need a smile, ask somebody to give you a smile. There's the camera. You can do that on your phone, on your laptop, anywhere, and you can gift somebody. I think a smile is one of the most valuable gifts you can actually give to someone, especially at a time like this. And you can ask for it as well. Okay, it doesn't cost anybody anything. It's no big effort, but it goes a long way in lightening up. Okay, so that was card number 1. Isn't that beautiful? So we have second card, Shield Maiden. Make plans and focus. So once we let go of our fears and worries and all that, and know that we're not alone, we can reach out start planning stuff for ourselves. And if there's any projects you want to do with other people or you have agreed upon previously to do together, like I have with my summer romance anthology, where I wasn't, I'm not the organizing party, of course, but I'm part of this, and I'm very happy I am. It's my first one as well, so I'm very excited about this. Um, yeah, so shield maiden also means like make plans and focus. It looks very warrior like, but if you think about it, being focused also means not only that you keep on track, but it also means that you can deflect anything that comes at you, like life's curveballs, and probably not a physical attack, but it's symbolic, of course. So you don't have a physical attack, but you do have somebody maybe distracting you. Like, I'm forever being distracted by my daughter. That's my great nemesis. She's at home, she's not at school, she misses her friends, and she's between being in a bad mood and and like being clingy and wanting to talk a lot and all that sort of thing, which is normal for a child, isn't it? And I try and be a mum first of all, of course, but I still have to do my work as well. So I'm behind with that. So that one reminds us, the shield maiden reminds us, make plans, focus on them, stick to your plans, don't get sidetracked, okay? Deflect those distractions. Deflect also the fear, the self-sabotage, and all that kind of thing that keeps coming up and stopping you about doing things. I know we're all really good at self-sabotaging for some reason, fine, or procrastinating and things like that. So let's focus on this one. That's at the central position. It's the second card, so that is really central now. Let go of your fears means, that's giving you the lightness to say, forget about the worries, don't worry, be happy here. Focus. Now is the time, so that's the central theme. That's a supporting role. That's a state of mind you have to have from the beginning, so you can put that into action. Okay, so, and the third one is the lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. We've had that before as well sometime, and doesn't she look luscious and juicy and fertile, and the whole thing, like with the fruit and all of it, so she looks like a mum, doesn't she? Very nurturing. She's offering as well. She's got that apple there, it's not about Eve and the snake and whatever. So don't confuse that. That is like giving plenty. This is like giving abundance. That means you focus on things, you put your plans into action, you don't get sidetracked, and then you can also enjoy the growth you experience from that and also reap the rewards. They're about to come now. And the beautiful thing is that it's pretty immediate this week, isn't it? It's like clear your mind, focus, get the results. And it's only 1 week. This is really, really cool. So you will, obviously, some stuff is going to be long term, but you will also already find some very positive results at the end of the week, and stick to that. It's all there, ripe for the taking. You see, the fruits, they're ripe for the taking. The lady is offering that already. Okay, she says, come here, take it. You just have to walk there and take it up and bite into it. Okay, that's as easy as that. Take it. She can only offer, but you have to take it yourself. And you can quite easily do that. And you will see rewards already this week from previous efforts that you've done. But it's also because, when you see those together, actually, look at that. Sorry. They're looking at each other, they're kind of facing each other. being open to each other. So that's like um, they're working in tandem. Okay, that's a team effort here, and it nearly looks like she's taken her sword to cut the apple in half, isn't it? So it's like, that's my plan, putting that into action. There's your reward. Yum, yum. Very cool. So, how wonderful is that? Which is also something that is very disheartening for a lot of people when you don't see the results straight away. And then you start doubting, you start questioning yourself, did this really have an impact, what I've done, and so on. Then with all that negative thinking and that doubting and thinking, it can't be true and there's nothing coming, and losing your trust and your momentum, your inner energy of strength um, and positivity, that very often sabotages as well, of course, because manifestation is time delayed and sometimes a bit longer than other times. And because of that, we get disheartened. But that's exactly when, when you don't give up, that's exactly when things start changing. Sometimes it takes a long time, but it will change if you keep at it. Do not give up. If you find, like, if you have a goal in mind, you find, okay, I've waited enough to see if, to have some empirical evidence as well, if that's working or not. Look at whatever went wrong, if something went wrong, if you didn't get the desired results, but don't lose your focus on your goal, okay? Do not lose your focus. Just fine-tune whatever you're doing to get there, if you step right and that didn't work, step left the next time, or jump over the hurdle, or whatever it is, try something out. And it's not failure, it's just learning another way that didn't work. So that gives you great experience, and that is absolutely wonderful, isn't it? So what a beautiful reading for this week. Clear your mind, focus, grab it. That is so cool. And as I was guided to do, very special, let me just show you from here. There we go. So there's the Spirit Animal Oracle card. It's late. And as you know, the one before is Kyle Gray, Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. The other one is by Colette Baron Reed, who I follow as well. She's lovely, wonderful. And we're going to have a Spirit Animal card as well for the week ahead. Okay, special message here. So let me just focus on that one, because my guides have told me that is kind of special this week. So Wombat Spirit, be at home. There you go. So that is like the message: stay at home, stay in quarantine, do your social distancing physically, but you don't have to do that digitally. So, but that's like, and also, can you see how lovely it is? I mean, these cards are absolutely beautiful anyway, but if you look at it, it looks so cozy and so comfortable, isn't it? It's not like a caged tiger going up and down and, wanting to break free. This one is just like, oh, it's so nice at home. Yeah, like that. So really enjoy that. Find the good things. And I know it's difficult when you've been cooped up for a long time already, but try and, catch that feeling, and also feel at home in yourself. That's the first thing. Whatever your environment is, wherever you are, you have to feel at home within yourself. Okay, and that's you take home with you really wherever you go, because that's the feeling that you have in your mind and in your heart more than anything. And of course, we associate that with a certain place. Like I would hear, my office is in my home's part of our flat, but it's also apartment for the Americans. But it's also um, that kind of comfort you have where you feel safe, secure, like that you have your own space, like your heart space also. That's your home, your heart space. When you drop into your heart space, you do your meditations. And I know not everybody, of course, has even a balcony, let alone a patio with a garden like we have. We're very blessed in that way. But, you know, um, you might have some green outside your front door or something where you can maybe just carry um, a chair down, deck chair, something, folding chair, whatever. You can carry it down, just sit in on the front lawn or whatever. If you have one, or go to the nearest park and find yourself a little space, where people can just kind of avoid you at a distance while they're walking around, and you know, catch some nature, but also try and feel inside you and feel that inner strength, that inner comfort, that security, and that love. Because home, the feeling of home, is a very loving, secure, and safe feeling. If you don't feel safe somewhere, if you don't feel secure, it doesn't matter if that's the address where you live, where you always lay your head down at night. It doesn't feel at home. Okay, if you don't have that kind of inner feeling of that's your personal safe space. Okay, so that's very important this week as well, not to lose focus on that, because that will help you also to stay grounded, to stay light. Okay, lightness and harmony. And and I just read to you also what it says in the description, because she's got beautiful descriptions as well, so I think it's always very well worth it. I wouldn't know about the other cards. I still haven't read them. They just flow like that. So yeah, but I don't use these ones so often, so I don't know really by heart what it all says. I'm really crap at learning things by heart anyway, so I wouldn't even try. So the oracle message is burrowing deep into the ground, remaining safe, sound, and well fed with family is a special trait of the wombat. Home sweet home is always available if you recognize that well being is the truth of life. Wombat Spirit reminds you that to be truly at home in the world, you need to feel comfort within your own skin. You do this by accepting all your experience without judgment through a deep honesty and love of life. When you feel the freedom to be yourself, you can begin to truly feel at home in your life with your family and tribe. Right now, you're in a beautiful place where you can hang up the coat of your identity and settle settle into a true sense of home and well-being, understanding that all is well. Everything you do from this place rings true in harmony with spirit. Okay. So, and the other thing I wanted to tell you, whatever you think of this pandemic and the virus and everything, some people take it very seriously, they're afraid of it. Others have all these conspiracy theories about it and whatever, there's the whole range of, from that's crap to, oh God, I'm going to die. No, you're not. Anyway, just keep the basic hygiene things and whatever in place, and just be on a careful side without getting worried and being bogged down in anything like that. But this is also, it's such a great opportunity to go within, to have time to spend with yourself, with your loved ones in your home. I would never have so much time with my daughter if she were going to school. I mean, I'm at home anyway, I'm working from home. And I occasionally go out and, do whatever I have to do outside, like shopping and things like that, or just, sitting somewhere in a cafe if I feel like I need to get amongst people and have a chat, sometimes with somebody. Sometimes I just chat with a waiter or with strangers or one, which is cool, getting to know new people is also very fun most of the time. So, but anyway, that's something. Um, think about how blessed you are that you have this time for yourself now, that you do have the opportunity. And there's a lot of spiritual things going on as well. I mean, I thought, oh, great, I can be like doing lives and things like every day, and everybody's watching because nobody's going outside, blah, blah. And it didn't happen like that because I felt a great need. And I know that from a lot of empaths and other psychic people. And even like, I don't want to call them normal people or anything, but people who are not so much into spirituality or not at all, even they felt the need to kind of slow down and spend time with themselves and not just, keep on going and stuff. I've heard so often that it's like, yeah, I miss social contact, other people and all that. But at the same time, I've had time to renovate my house. I'm doing a course that I've always wanted to do. I didn't have time. I bought that online ages ago, and I haven't even started it yet. Or I wanted to do this creative project, or like a lot of people are downloading a lot of new information as well, and energies are going up. So that is a very positive thing. And just because it comes in form of a virus, which is of course not a nice thing, especially for those people who really have horrible symptoms, and those who die obviously as well. My heart goes out to them. But at the same time, if you look at it, there's so much, don't overlook all the positives, the opportunities that arise from it, all the good stuff. Okay, that is so important. So don't focus on fear and stuff. Breathe, become light, and then just from that state of mind, that's like boom. And just earlier, I talked to somebody who's going to hospitals with kids with cancer, and like entertaining them and things like that, which I think is such a wonderful thing to do. And I used to work at a hospice for cancer patients, but adult ones. So, obviously I know about the disease and things. Obviously, it's different for kids and for adults, but also how they deal with it and that. But fundamentally, I know how that works, and a lot of things also, about the loved ones, what's going on in that. So we've been talking about that. And I remember when I was working at the hospice, when I came through that door, I was hit by energies of light, because there were so many light beings working there, like angels, deities, and things like that. I've never seen so much angels in my life before or after. And that time, I really wasn't so open yet. I hadn't nearly developed my psychic senses in the sense like I have now. So that was during that time, I got pregnant with my little one, and she'll be 13 quite soon. So it's a long time ago, but still, other people came in there, and they had like you have when the old-fashioned. The younger ones of you probably don't know about this, but there used to be radios, and they had these knobs you had to turn to get into the stations, to and fro. You couldn't just press a button, yeah, to turn that dial. So it's like that. So you turn that dial, and you get the pain, the fear, the dismay, the despair, all of that, and all the hurt and things, and the disease and all this heavy stuff. If you're tuned into that one, that's what you get. That's the kind of wavelength you receive as well. And of course, there were enough people who were tuned into that, not just, especially people who, were not working there. And, but also, if you turn it the other way, go to a different station, you can pick up on all these beautiful healing energies, and that light work that is going on there, not just on the spiritual realms and in higher dimensions, but also that's going on, with the staff caring and all that. We had that wasn't normal staff like you have in a normal hospital ward. Those were like really exceptional people that I was working with at the time. And I was so impressed as well. And there was also one older lady. She was a nun, and she did like the psychological support and spiritual support, but not non-denominational. So it didn't matter if you were Catholic or Muslim or anything, she was just there, and she did that so well. She didn't put her faith up in front, and didn't have a filter with that or anything. She would accept everybody how they were, and just accept them that way. I was so impressed by her, and to this day, she's impressed me so much. And in the same hospital, I had all my children. So when I got my little one, I had her called out. I went down to the hospice and, showed off my baby who was just born. And I had her called out, and she came and thought she was supposed to go to a patient. And I was like, no, I called for you. And and I asked her to bless my baby. And she said, oh my God, but you left the church. So, you want me to bless your child. And I was like, it's about you as a person having such a loving heart and all that beautiful light energy. Who would be better than, to be like this, full of love. So, and she is nice. And, that was something. I had so many beautiful experiences there, and I've grown so much as well, apart from, being able to handle like dead people also, which is something that is nowadays in our society so much like put to the side. It's hidden, it's a taboo subject and all that, so I've grown a lot in that time, so, and I was working with deadly disease. Like everybody who came there was there to die. There were just people that were terminally ill, and it was still, there was so much love, there was so much healing on so many levels, there's so many smiles, and there was so much hope, in the sense of, like, even when I brought my children, my two older ones, to say hello to the patients, they were always so happy. Just, to see the children wave at them and say hello from the door or something, that was already for them something so elevating that it lightened up their entire death experience as well with that, because that gave them a bridge to life, and that kind of bridge was like a rainbow bridge, so they were able to pass on that one much more easily that way. So, what I'm trying to tell you is, even when you're surrounded by death all around you, and you have a lot of suffering and pain and all that, and I don't want to diminish any of that, but even if you have that, you can do so much good. You can do so much growth and healing and happiness and joy and make people laugh even. You can do all that. It's there, and the opportunities are there. And now it's like you have so many opportunities to do things you've never done before, that you wanted to do, that you didn't have time to do, that you didn't dare to do. Now is the time to face your fears as well and let them go. So you can grasp those opportunities, okay? And get the rewards for it as well. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, quite literally. Okay, so with that one, I'm going to let you go. It's been a long one, but it's been worth it, hasn't it? So, what a beautiful message for the week ahead. I love you very much. So much love to all of you. Night, night.